They say a box without a label is a lost parcel. Not for me. There are hard hitters and drillers who can pinpoint one true thing in their lives. But this one is for people who are passionate about many things. Those who love learning and living life. Yes, and follow your curiosity. Let's talk about entrepreneurship, travel, life adventures, challenges, successes, and experiences. I would always hear people describe the plethora of things that I do with "that's SoChal." No adjectives, just that. So I'm ready to play with that. I'm a middle child, so let's move out of the binary and explore the in-betweens. I call this essential real talk and stories. Life is a buffet spread. Feel free to experience as much as you can, one bite at a time. Welcome aboard as we take off for some social conversations. Taking flight with me today for some social conversations are Chezka Gonzales Garrido and Jules Bilongilot, both women pilots. Hi everyone! I'm very excited today because we have two very special women who are joining and coming on board. But really, they should be in the cockpit and taking care of everything because they are amazing women pilots. But before we start, I want everyone to know what SoChal or the SoChal podcast is all about. It's all about women empowerment. It's real stories of real women and the real journey that they've been through. So I hope you guys could relate to it, find a lot of inspiration in their stories. We're going to take off with amazing women today, and I can't wait to start. So let's begin. Here we go. First up, of course, we have with us wow, she's a seaplane pilot. I hope you guys heard that right. You probably see her. She's flown for some celebrities as well under Airtrav. So just so that you guys know, Airtrav does these private, wonderful flights, not only keeping you safe, but gets you to your destination anywhere. Just check out their site as well. Who am I talking about? No other than pilot Jules Bilongilot. Jules?
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Chal.
Hi, Jules. Thanks for joining in and for making time. We were able to do a little chat earlier on before we went live, and I'm so happy that you're here. I just want to check, is Chezka here already? We kind of lost her a while ago. But okay, while waiting for her, let's first talk about you, Jules. Of course, you fly under Airtrav. Why don't you let us know how long you've been working with them? What do you do? Okay. Should I call you Captain? Yun yung tanong ko kanina.
Go ahead. You can call me Jules.
Okay, Jules.
So I've been working with Airtrav for I think almost 4 years now. 4 years now flying with Airtrav, and I am their seaplane co-pilot. So basically what I do is I assist the captain each flight. So I assist him, prepare all the documents, prepare all the, that's me. I prepare all the data that he has to see before we go on to the flight. And then that's me on the floats too. And that's also my job. Every time we land at our destination, I go down the floats and I wait until we're on the dock already. And then I tie the plane to secure the plane. So basically that's what I do as a seaplane co-pilot for Airtrav.
Okay. You probably don't know this, Jules. So the reason why I'm so excited to have pilots today at SoChal is because it's been my lifelong dream. As a matter of fact, a few years back, before I gave birth to my second son, I was already taking up flying classes.
Wow.
Yeah, so but you know, when I got pregnant and I was already 5 months, I kind of stopped and things happened, life happened. So I'm very intrigued and I'm very excited, to hear women pursuing this. But of course, nowadays it's not so uncommon. Kung dati, you don't see or hear much about women pilots. Now it's becoming more not naman usual because it's hindi pa rin ganun karami, diba? Like the men. Yeah. Pero we're becoming more accustomed to it. But you are the only woman pilot in Airtrav, correct?
Yes, that's correct. I am the only woman pilot as the seaplane co-pilot in Airtrav. Ako lang ang babae. I'm the only princess, the rose among the thorns.
How is that? How is that? Do you feel that right now, men really get it that women can just fly as good as they do? By the way, my dad's also a pilot, so there's no
Wow.
dissing men here. Yeah, used to be. He's already retired, so there's no dissing men here. But have they? Do you find working with men pilots na parang okay, pantay tayo, it's the same. Parang, oy, babae ka, wag mo na lang gawin to, ako na lang. Wala namang ganon. How is it?
During the first few months, first few years, of course, being in a seaplane is a really physical talaga siya. It's really a physical job. You go down the floats, you tie the rope and everything. So one of my captains before said na, let's just take it slow kasi you're a woman. But then I stand up and then I prove to him that no, I can do it. If men can do it, I can do it as well. Even same equal amount of output. So I showed I proved to them that what they can do, I can do as well. Like, they don't need to baby me. They don't need to be gentle and ganyan ganyan. No, you treat me like an equal because I can do it also. So yun yung naging mindset ko that time. So that's why now pare-pareho, pantay-pantay na.
Oh, wow. Let's go back. Let's take it back to your journey. Did you always want to become a pilot? Doon ka ba nagsimula? What was your course to begin with?
I'm a psychology graduate. Sobrang layo, di ba?
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
psychology graduate. But before I went to college, I'm already contemplating na on, I really wanted to fly. Kasi it may sound weird, but I'm really fascinated with the scent of the aircraft and scent of the Jet A1. Talagang, bango, parang ganon. So every time I go out and travel with my family, parang, can I just stay here in the plane? So that's when I pursued a career as a cabin crew. I was a cabin crew before. Then, while I was doing, my job as a cabin crew, I wanted more. I really wanted to see what's inside the cockpit. What do they do? How do they take off? How do they land? So that's when I decided to transition from being a cabin crew to flying school. So it's really,
You know,
I
you
really love the, yeah, sure.
but was there another career path that you wanted prior? Or sa simula't simula pa lang alam mo na, eto na, I'm gonna be inside an airplane, whether cabin crew or
Yes.
flying it.
Sa
Alam na!
Yes, sa simulang bata pa lang ako, I know na parang this is where I want to be. I want to be flying. I want the scent of the aircraft. I want to be here. Parang before, I was talking to myself and I keep on saying na parang kahit na anong trabaho, as long as it's connected that I am flying, I'll take it. Yeah.
Chezka's already here back in. But I just wanted to also let you know, you mentioned kasi the scent of the aircraft.
Yeah.
I read somewhere, way back, often mentioned na the scent, yung senses natin when it comes to the scent, yun yung nagbibigay ng nostalgia. So yun yung may, pag may naaalala ka sigurong lover or a good feeling or happiness or sadness or anger, when we smell it actually is the fastest way to remember things na it really brings nostalgia. So I'm so curious, ano kaya yung scent na yun ng aircraft that made you want it? Was it a vacation with your family? Was it a good memories? Or wala? Talagang it's just or maybe you remember yourself being inside an aircraft and it made you feel joy? I don't know.
Yeah.
Would you know?
Every time I smell
For
the
you?
scent of the aircraft, parang, this is, it's like a may epiphany na parang, no, this is, I'm at home. Ganun yung feeling. I'm at home. I am one with the wind. Parang ganun yung feeling. So that's when I knew na this is the path that I'm gonna take. I'm gonna be a pilot, or I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be in this industry.
You know what they say? And it was meant to be. That's why you're here right now. Okay. Another one of our guests, which is really amazing, and people know her also so well, is of course no other than ang alam ko kasi palagi, naririnig ko at nakasanayan ko, is yung IG handle niya, which is Filipina Pilot Chezka. But for today, of course, we have Chezka Garrido. Is she here? Chezka?
Can you hear me?
All right, perfect. Thank you. Okay, before anything else, we know you're not feeling too well, but thank you for making time. And we know that you're also busy. You do a lot. So thank you so much, Chezka. I'm so happy to have you here together with Jules. Okay, so I found out the story now of Jules na ever since before, yun na yung gusto niya. Alam niya na. Diba? Was it the same way for you? Because ang alam kong story mo is that you had several transitions. Can we go through that? May nursing pa nga yan.
Sure.
Okay. Let's tell the story, Chezka.
Nung bata ako, ang gusto ko talaga maging astronaut. So that's really funny. Kasi diba syempre, masyado yung pangarap ng pagiging astronaut. And so kinalimutan ko na siya. And so coming from a family, yung mga tito ko, mga tita ko, puro mga doctors, gusto nila mag-doctor ako. So nag-nursing muna ako. Just for, para lang masabi na, okay, tingnan ko kung gusto ko talaga to. Pero I'm not sure if gusto ko maging doctor. Tapos, so nag-nursing ako. Right after nursing, parang after board exam, sabi ko, parang hindi ito yung gusto kong gawin forever. Di ba may ganon? Na parang, okay. So, ang ginawa ko, dahil mahilig talaga kami mag-travel, and yung dad ko before, nasa Saudi Airlines siya. So, pag-ganon-ganon kami. And talagang parang kinalakihan ko na yung aircraft. So, sabi ko, try ko kaya muna, since hindi ko pa kaya mag-pilot. Dahil kagagraduate ko lang and everything. So, gastos na naman. So, sabi ko, sige, mag-flight attendant muna ako. So, I tried na maging flight attendant muna. Tapos, after nung mga nasa gitna na, sabi ko talaga mga 3 to 4 years nung sabi, parang hindi din talaga. Parang may gusto pa akong gawin. So, yun na yun. Sabi ko, nakikita ko yung mga pilot friends ko na parang, feeling ko kaya ko naman tong gawin. Bakit hindi ko ituloy? And I wanna be in the airline industry forever. So, no other way kung hindi magpiloto. Kasi hanggang 67 ako, pwede ako magpiloto. Tapos yun, so doon na nangyari yun. Doon na yun nangyari kung ba't ako naging pilot.
Oh my gosh! So, ang na-realize ko, parang, I don't know if it's because of a stereotype that we were made to try out first. Kahit ako pag naglalakad ako sa aeroplano, when I fly, parang you have the height for it, pwede ka mag-cabin crew. Sa utak ko, ba't di mo ako sinabihan na pwede ako mag-pilot? Yun yung gusto ko. Pero parang yun yung entry point or nagkadalasan. Why is that? Would you have an idea? Or because, wala lang, it's something that we grew up with. Beautiful women like you, that's what we see to calm us inside the airplane pag may turbulence, I guess. But bakit, di ba? It just made me think now bakit hindi, you have a very great, strong personality and you are a great leader. You could be a great pilot. You never hear that. You never hear that with women.
Totoo. Palagi na lang pagka women parang associated na siya sa pagiging flight attendant. Parang yun na yung unang nasa utak natin when it comes to women. So parang yun yung gusto kong mapalitan natin ngayon. Sa panahon ngayon na hindi na parang, pwede ka maging flight attendant agad. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a flight attendant because sobrang love ko talaga yung job na yun. Pero gusto ko nang tanggalin sana yung dati, yung kinalakihan natin na, pagka babae ka, dapat flight attendant ka lang or kasi ganun yung nagiging ngayon na puro girls lang dapat pag piloto lalaki lang. Kala nila parang ganun hindi sila sanay na may mga girls. So hopefully in the future talagang ganyan na yung maging mindset ng tao.
I love how you and ika-captain ko kayo, hindi pwedeng hindi kasi either Captain Jules and Captain Chezka. Although you're both women pilots, amazing and inspiring women pilots, medyo different than yung tracks niya because Chezka is a mom, right? And also an entrepreneur. And Jules here is single pero taken na rin daw. So yun. I know it's beautiful. I know they're all beautiful, but they're both taken already. So so there's two different pathways and I see two different careers. So for Chezka, I just want to go back first to you because kung si Jules is more on Seaplane, which is also quite rare, huh? That's why I find it so amazing. But yours is your Airbus ka naman, tama ba?
Yes, yes. Airbus A320. Yung mga ginagamit
Airbus.
natin sa ano, sa mga airline. Yun yung pinaka sikat na ano na ginagamit for airline. And ano, Jules ha, I just wanna tell you, never pa ako nakatry ng seaplane. So talagang isa yan sa bucket list ko. So sabi ko, nung kanina, so alala ko, sasabihin ko pala sa yun, kailangan makasakay ako ng seaplane.
Tara na! Sakay na!
Nasakay talaga ako dyan.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. We're getting somewhere here, making everyone's dreams come true. And then the last dream is mine. Lagi akong huli because tagal pa bago I can really fly. Chezka is also an entrepreneur. I want you to talk about that entrepreneurial journey, and I think it's very important because aside from wearing the captain's hat, which these amazing women do when they fly that plane, I want women out there to know that it doesn't have to be just one thing. Pwede rin naman ang one thing, the full focus is there, but also I always say here, I think this is the third time I'm mentioning it here in this podcast, na kung si Jose Rizal nga, di ba? Doctor, hero, writer, believe it or not, he's also a farmer, and ang dami niyang nasa lista, di ba? May fencing, nag-fencing din siya. So, dati pa, uso na yung mga slash na titles, di ba? If for the lack of better term, titles. So, Chezka, talk about that. Being an entrepreneur and then being a pilot, was it because of out of need? Yeah, the pandemic. Okay, can we talk about that? Because it's very important that a lot of people got laid off in this industry. So how was that for you? Then I'll get to Jules. Go.
Yeah. Since, and kung hindi man alam ng lahat, I was retrenched last year kasi since yung airline industry, alam naman natin kung gaano naging super down talaga siya. And ako kasi mahilig na talaga akong magbenta kahit nung mga high school pa ako. Like, mahilig talaga ako sa business, kahit mga sideline na yun. But, never kong in-imagine na magiging, ko siya, parang bread and butter ko siya, na magiging main source of income ko siya. And then, nung nagka-pandemic, and dahan-dahan nang nawawala yung sweldo namin, and dahan-dahan na kaming, wala na. Like, talagang down na yung airline. Meron talaga sa akin, sabi ko parang, I want to start my own business. I want to make this parang my main income. Kasi wala like if aasahan ko yung pandemic, kung aasahan ko yung na bumalik yung airline industry, kailan? So wala akong choice, and especially may family ako. So I have no choice but to resort na maging entrepreneur ako. And then yun, nag-start na ako ng mga maliit na business. And then eventually, ayan. So mahilig kasi akong sumubok. Ayan, siguro for people out there, don't be afraid to try. Kasi if hindi mag-work, and so what? At least nasubukan mo. And hindi ka magsisisi na hindi mo nagawa. Yung regret kasi yung pinakamasakit na mangyayari sa'yo eh. It's not about the failure. It's about the regret na hindi mo ginawa yung isang bagay na to. And so siguro from there, doon ang hilig ko magsubok. Alam mo ay, mas marami pa yata akong nagawa nung pandemic kaysa nung piloto ko at nung flight attendant ako. Like, lahat, name it, I tried it. Like, siguro talagang yun yung nangyari sa akin. Which is also a very nice thing. Kasi, ang dami-dami nangyari sa mundo na parang, kaya ko pala to. Kaya ko pala yung ganito. Kaya ko pala yung ganyan. So, ang dami mo ring nalalaman sa sarili mo. And, people draw strength from what and inspiration from you. Yun yung nakakatuwa eh. Kasi, ay, pwede pala, no? Yun yung naiisip ng mga nakakausap ko. Pwede pala to, pwede pala yun. And so, yun yung nag-aano sa akin na parang fire within me na, sige na nga, susubukan ko to. And yun nga, pag hindi gumana, it's okay. For sure, merong, yun yung path mo para dun sa success mo. Kumbaga, hindi naman pwedeng one trial, perfect agad. One trial, okay na agad yung plano mo, 'di ba? So, yun. Siguro yun na lang yung ginagawa kong step. And guys, nasa work in progress pa din ako. I haven't, alam mo, ang dami ko pang figure out sa buhay ko ngayon. Sobra. Like, parang feeling ko nasa mid-crisis ako yung midlife crisis. Kasi super, try ko ba to? As in, nasa gitna talaga ako ng ganun. So, it's normal. Hindi porket kala mo may title ka na ganito, piloto ka, ganito. No, promise, trust me, especially during this pandemic, super dami mong malalaman sa sarili mo. So, yun.
Wow, that's so true. To those who don't know, which is quite impossible because Chezka can be seen and heard and just been inspiring so many people. Some of her products I've actually bought from her as well. Yung pilot na theme ng mga face masks,
Yeah.
they're amazing. As well. And I love what you said that you're still in the middle of it. Kasi Jules
Mm.
and Chezka, most of the times when people talk and when we have the courage to talk, it's because we're already there. We're successful already or we're
Yes.
tapos na yung hirap. Tapos na yung
Oo.
hirap. Pero when we're in the middle of it, ang hirap. And sabi ko nga, sometimes yun yung kulang. Bakit? Kasi magandang pakinggan ang mga storya na, oh my gosh, successful, oh my gosh, doing so well. Pero we don't hear na yung hirap na pinagdaanan
Yes. And yung
tao. So,
process.
and yung process, exactly.
Yeah.
Jules, speaking about
Yeah.
process, what was your process? Was it just a straight flight path? Maisingit ko lang. Was it just a straight flight path that from let's say your course and then straight up to I know it wasn't because you were you did become a purser first, right?
A flight attendant, a cabin crew.
Sorry, a cabin crew.
Mm-mm.
Oh, wait nga lang. Ano ba yung difference ng cabin crew, flight attendant, and purser? Once and for all. Can you help me?
The purser is parang the lead of the fleet, yeah, the lead of the cabin crew. Tapos yung mga I think
Okay.
cabin crew and flight attendants, they're the same. Iba lang ang
Same
tawag
naman.
sa kanila.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Ayan, a little 101 for everyone listening in. Okay, so when you were in the cabin crew, how long before you knew, hold on, wait a minute, I need another thing. I need more. I need to be inside the cockpit.
Actually, I knew agad na parang after our training, so we were flying already, doing our daily thing and makeup and everything, going to the lounge. Every time we go, good morning, Captain. Good morning, sir. Good morning, Captain. We go inside the aircraft, check the plane. But I really wanted to see what's inside. What do they do? What do they do inside? Meron na akong ganong feeling. And then, I talked to my mom and my dad na parang, Papa, Mama, I really wanted to pursue my dream when I was still young to become a pilot. So they supported me. They said, oh, sige, go ahead. And I started training in Clark, Pampanga, which is also my hometown. So for my mom, she was like, oh, sige, mas maganda yan, dito ka sa bahay. You'll be staying here at home with us. And I was training in Clark. And then after that, it wasn't really a smooth journey na parang after training, after flying school, may job na agad. But after that, I was really set on my goal that I should land a job, to gain experience, to build my hours. Kasi that time, the goal was really to land in an airline that time. And then, sobrang walang hiring that time. And then one after, I was praying earnestly to the Lord na parang, God, please open naman a door for me. I pray na sana there would be an opening for me. And then one afternoon, Airtrav called. And then they said, now, are you interested in flying as a seaplane pilot, as a seaplane co-pilot for Airtrav? And of course, I said yes. This is my prayer. I said yes. I grabbed the opportunity right away. And then they were training me already, flying at the right seat na seaplane. I fell in love with it. I fell in love with seaplane flying talaga because it's really, really, really different. Every time I take off and land from the water, I get that rush all the time. But I'm killing. I did it. I'm able to land smooth. I was able to take off safely. So I always have that rush. And then, I always say talaga, even whoever asks me, Airtrav was really my answered prayer. I'm really proud to say that. Airtrav was my answered prayer. And God knows the desires of our heart even before we know it. Kasi I didn't know that time that I will fall in love with aircraft. I will fall in love with seaplane flying. But I did. I fell in love with it. I can't get enough of it. Parang gusto ko nga, lipad na lang ng lipad kung pwede lang na parang, oh, sige. Para, I set the goal na I want to be better. I want to be good at this craft. I want to be good at seaplane flying. So yeah.
Well, you're very lucky, Jules. I have to say that because the truth is, like what Chezka said, there's this pandemic and talaga a lot of people were hit. But I guess if the vision is also so strong, ano yan eh, di ba pag alam mo kung saan yung point A to point B mo, pwede kang kumaliwa, pwede kang kumanan, pwede, you can make U-turns and all of that, but somewhere along the way, if your heart beats for it so badly, whether it's entrepreneurship, being a pilot, a career woman, a mom, it will lead and lead there. And I noticed you said the word curious, at tumitingin ka sa cockpit, tumitingin ka sa ano yan, yung mga instruments, anong ginagawa nila dyan. And I love that because I always say, you know, some people here listening, hindi pa nila alam yung passion nila. Maybe they're not like you and Chezka, or Chezka even said she's also figuring things out, or but Jules always also knew, 'di ba? Dati pa yung amoy ng eroplano, 'di ba?
Yes.
So for people na maraming passions, and for people who are, ano ba passion ko, ang hirap hanapin. Ang ganda nung pinoint out mo na you started with curiosity. Diba? If you, to people out there, I just wanted to point out, if you can't find your passions, or you're getting confused, or grabe yung pressure nun, diba? People always say, just follow your passion. Ano ba yung passion ko? TikTok? Aso? Pusa? Diba? How do you follow your passion? Ang dami kong gusto, mahilig ako magluto, ang hirap naman. It's okay. Maybe you can start off with following your curiosity. That's, I think, very special. You know, parang ano to, pag dinegosyo, uy, ano to? Ano nangyayari sa cockpit? Bakit ako tinatawag ng eroplano? Anong meron doon? And that curiosity will lead you to your passion. So thank you for sharing that. Alam mo, nakarelate ako because when I enter an aircraft, that is when I am the happiest. As in, that is when I'm the happiest. So, when you said the smell and everything, sometimes may mga bulong na eh. May mga whispers na eh. Pero in your case, it wasn't bulong. It was amoy.
Yes, it was amoy talaga. This is home.
Amoy. Okay. Was there anything challenging, Jules, that you had to go through? Of course, you're still quite young, like us, ni Chezka. Pero I mean, was there anything challenging that you had to go through, whether with schooling, with learning to fly? Because seaplanes is not common. I mean, pag sinabi mo, hindi siya parang sa US na, you know, seaplanes. Although we're a country of islands, ang mas karaniwang alam ng paglilipad ng mga tao is not seaplanes, to be honest. So how was it for you, the process?
The process, kasi seaplane flying is already challenging as it is. Good or bad weather. Good weather, challenging na siya eh. But if you add bad weather to that situation, to that scenario, it doubles the challenge talaga. It doubles the challenge.
Challenging?
Bakit challenging? Yes, because you have to consider a lot of factors before you could say that your flight is a go or no go. Or in the case that you're already flying, is your destination doable, or should you proceed to your alternate or go back to Manila? There are a lot of factors. Unlike kapag, for example, in the runway, is it a runway closure or it's something? It's really for the runway, parang the air traffic controller will tell you na parang it's doable if this is the wind condition. But for seaplanes, you have to consider your wind direction kasi ikaw yung makakakita nun, saan galing yung hangin. Your swell condition, is it big? Is it doable? Your terrain. Kasi syempre, when you land sea level, my terrain, are there mountains around me? So your terrain, your traffics, because your traffics won't be airplanes. They would be boats. So mga boats yung na mga traffic sa paligid mo, and you don't have communication kasi when your traffic is an airplane, you have communication, RPC, we are here, ganyan. But when your traffic is boats, may boat doon, we have to avoid that. So those are the factors that you have to consider. Also your tides, your takeoff weight, and all those things you have to consider before you decide if it's a go or no go. And of course, until now, I am still in the learning process. You know, thanks to my captains who's also teaching me na, this is what you do, ganyan, and to my mentors who's been there. I'm still learning, but slowly, I get the hang of it. Na parang, when it's like that, it's cannot. If it's like that, we can do it. We can go. If it's like that, this is when we draw the line that we cannot. And of course, us pilots, our safety is our number one priority. Our safety and the safety of the lives we bring on board. So, we really study the data we have at hand, the weather information in your destination, weather information en route, whether going back, can you make it, your fuel, how much you can bring, and things like that. So, yeah.
Okay. Woo! Yun lang masasabi ko. Woo! Kasi when you said, oh nga no, the runway, the water is your runway, correct?
Yes.
That's basically what a seaplane is. The water is your runway. Well, para ba siyang runway na binababaan ng ganun, padiretso pa rin? Or parang helicopter ba to na may, hindi, di ba? You really pass through it.
Para pa din siyang runway na you'll slowly go down and then you'll touch down. No? Para pa rin siyang runway. So that's also one of the challenge to find your line. To find your, saan ba ako? Parang ganon. Ito pwede. Doon galing yung wind.
Oo nga, no? It's like saying na, you have to check out for waves. I just realized.
Yes.
Diba?
Those are also one of the factors.
But even if it's challenging, I think that's what makes it extra special. That's why siguro Chezka wants to try it. And ako na rin, sige na nga. Pero fear ko pero alam mo, Jules, fear ko ang tubig. So I always say, I can die inside the plane, knock on wood, but just don't make me on water. But if you can have both water, air, diba, and everything, let's see. Baka yan na yung next goals natin. Tapusin ko muna yung isa. Okay, we're just getting started, but already, everyone's finding so many things so inspiring already. But we're going to take a short break just to tie things up. But when we get back, I'll jump on with Chezka as well to share not just her journey as an entrepreneur, but the challenges that she really went through so that you guys could really relate. All right? See you guys in a bit.
SoChal takes flight with Geron Travel. Experience life through travel. Visit @Geron Travel on Instagram and on Facebook. Book it to make your travel happen on www.gerontravel.com. Want to be a travel buddy affiliate? Whether you're a stay-at-home mom or a woman with a budding career, at whatever age or with whatever experience, here's something for you. Work from home, be your own boss, manage your own time, and earn extra by sharing and selling amazing travel products and services. Just send us a message at info@gerontravel.com. Pretty nails are healthy nails, and nail care is self-care. Have a posh experience that feels good from your tips to your toes with signature treatments and products. Visit and shop at poshnails.com.ph and follow Posh Nails on IG. Airtrav. The islands of the Philippines are closer than you think. Let's fly and experience premium and safe travel service with Airtrav. Visit airtrav.ph on their website and on Instagram. Now let's continue here at SoChal. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the flight.
We're still airborne with my captains, Chezka and Captain Jules. Yes, I'm calling you girls captains because you're really leading the way, for women to dream up and to exceed, what everyone else may think that they should be doing. So thank you for that. Okay, Chezka, I'll jump straight to you. You're on social media. People and women are so inspired with you. They see a very successful pilot as well, just like Jules, who flew an airplane, a woman pilot, and then bam, pandemic hits, and How was that? Did you feel lost? Or right away you knew? Or kung baga sa isang flight, kasi you're also a pilot, di ba? Pag medyo nawala ka, nalihis ka sa flight path mo, ano ba ang ginagawa? Ano ba ginawa mo? How was it for you?
Pagka piloto ka kasi, 'di ba? You really need to go to point B, whatever happens. Or you really need to go back to point A, ano mang mangyari. You need to land that aircraft. So parang feeling ko, yung mindset na yun yung nagawa ko para sa dito. Like, you have no way but up. So, kahit madapa ako, kahit I was really lost, na depressed talaga ako for so long. Kasi nga, yung alam mo you're doing the thing that you love for 10 years. 10 years ako sa airline. For 10 years, I was doing the thing that I love, and in one click, wala na lahat. So, hindi siya madali for anybody. And I know people na mga piloto din ngayon na who's also struggling because sanay na sila sa buhay na yun for so long. Lalo na yung mga kapitan, the lifestyle and everything. Tapos, siguro yung nangyari, so lost talaga. So that's why I'm telling you that I'm still in the middle of everything because I'm trying to figure out what I really want. Although at the end of the day, I know that I really want to become a pilot still sa airline. Pero hindi nga ngayon yun. And since I am realistic and I alam mo yun, I have that high hopes, pero hindi pa ngayon. So, ngayon, dahil wala pa, I need to make things work. I need to figure out things. And maybe this is God's way of telling me that, Ches, you need to try out these things because these things will actually make you a better person in the future. And it really does. Sobrang dami ko talaga natutunan ngayon. And as dun sa pang-business, di ba kanina sabi mo sa akin parang kung meron ako mga struggles, of course, because kami-kami lang hindi pa naman ako company na like malaki. And I'm thankful actually hindi pa ako company kasi I don't think I still can handle that big, like I'm trying to figure out, I have a real estate, pero like ito, I am doing real estate right now and I think that I'll be doing this my whole life. So yung mga ganun, hindi mo siya ma-figure out not until you tried it or not until nangyari to sa akin. And because, yun nga, God gave me these struggles, God gave me these trials, and yun yung nang pave ng way ng path papunta dun sa mga possible kong gawin in the future. Ayun.
You're basically, right now, kasi ako rin, di ba, ang dami kong ibang ginagawa, parang Swiss knives. Kung may emergency, may malalabas ka na. No, really, di ba? Now that there's a pandemic, may malalabas ka na. May bala ka. Kailangan mo magbukas ng bote. Eto, meron ako. Kailangan mo ng real estate. Eto, you need this product. You need me to fly a plane. No problem. I can also do. So, I would look at it that way, like a Swiss knife. Kasi meron talagang mga chef knife. Yung eto lang. Etong knife na to is para lang sa karne, para lang sa cake. Pero may Swiss knife, and tayo yon. There's another kind of the Swiss knife. Remember that. I love that thought. Okay, there's something I want to touch on, Chezka. I hope you don't mind, which I found very inspiring. You've always been so gracious with sharing your story, and that has helped a lot of women, specifically, I feel. You were a young mom, right?
Yes.
How was that journey for you? Was it, kasi the beauty of me having you here also today is to be able to share to people na as a pilot, sabi mo nga, kailangan mong makarating ng point B. Pero the story of your life is A, C, D, A, B, A. Yeah. Diba? I mean, trended, diba? Like a wave ran up, down. So can you share that? And was it challenging or was it more of a gift and blessing for you?
At first, I thought it was not a gift. Di ba minsan ganun ka pag bata ka, you're 16 years old. Ano ba naman yung, how will you ever think that this will be a blessing for you? Pero, when, alam mo yun, everything unfolds and everything, binabalikan ko lahat, everything is actually right on schedule. Sobrang thankful ko ngayon na I had 2 kids na, even before the airline industry. Kasi parang hindi ko alam kung gusto ko pang mag-anak. Alam mo yung ganon? So parang I'm so happy na meron na akong kids na talagang maaano mo na yung story mo talaga, si Lord talaga yung like may time na akala mo you're down because nangyari sa'yo to. But no, pagka binabalikan ko yon kahit yung pagkawala ko ng pag-retrenchment ko, like I think it is really a blessing. Blessing talaga siya. It's how you perceive things. It's how you see life. Kung titingnan ko siya as negative, magiging negative talaga siya. Pero since I always try to look at the positive, na okay, nawalan ako ng work, madidepress ka saglit, malulungkot ka saglit, but pag mommy ka, iiyak ka lang ng konti, pero maya-maya, girl, tayo ka na dyan. Hindi pwedeng iiyak lang ako magdawag dito. So parang ganun yung naging ko sa buhay na, okay, it's more of a blessing. Actually, everything na nangyayari sa akin, kahit masama or mabuti, I actually treat it as a blessing. Because ano man mangyari, merong reason yung bawat bagay na yun. Ayun.
I think it has also a lot to do with you as a person, a strong woman, but also
maybe.
something to do pag pilots. Kasi, alam mo, natatawa ako na natatakot when my dad used to say, hindi, okay lang magkaroon ng isang engine. At least pag nasira yung isang engine, alam mo, patay ka na. Hindi ka na mag-iisip kung isa or dalawa pa. Anong gagawin mo? I was like, that's so crazy. I know he was being funny, but there seems to be a certain calm. Kahit papaano, I guess kahit na magulo tayo, malikot, or there seems to be a certain calm with pilots na
Yes.
when things are in danger, you still have to, your mindset is still, how do I get this to land? Hindi yung,
Yes.
hindi, you could have flashbacks of your life, I guess, pero may pasahero ka di ba? Iba yung utak ng pilots doon sa mga pasahero. And
Yes.
I'm seeing that right now because we're all going through a crisis. I'll jump to Jules lang in a bit. If you could just share more about Airtrav with us, because Airtrav is one of those beautiful brands that luckily is still flying. I see you guys with celebrities. I've seen you with the celebrities also.
Yes.
You are quite a celebrity already as well. Yeah. So remember me and Chezka if you ever need, Chezka muna, Seaplane pilots. Pero ako wala pa akong training, hindi pa ako nakakapag full on.
Soon.
So there's something about Airtrav more, because we saw your love for it, your passion for the brand. What is it exactly? Is it a commercial flight? For people who don't know, of course, I'm very familiar with Airtrav, but can you kindly share it to everyone?
Airtrav is a seaplane company. It's a private seaplane company, which we aspire for to take people to the destiny, to bring the islands closer together. We are an archipelago, so we want to bring people closer to the islands, and then to land them directly to their resorts, and to bring back tourism. Because of the pandemic, our tourism has been hit, so we really wanted to bring back tourism slowly by inviting everyone to take a flight with Airtrav, and then we'll land you directly to your resorts, and you will and also a different adventure, because your adventure already starts on your plane, because it's a we first take off from Manila International Airport, so that will be taking off from the land. But when you go to your destination, it's an adventure because you'll be landing on the water. And then when you leave your resort, you will be taking off from the water. So it's something different. It's something new. It's something your adventure starts from just riding on the plane pa lang. And of course, we want to
No, go ahead. You were saying,
and we want to show everyone that there is a safer way to fly. There is a safer way to enjoy and to go to destinations. Just you and your family, and you and your friends. That there's a safer way that you won't be with a lot of people. You don't need to go to terminals where there are a lot of people. So it's just a private. You go to the hangar, you go to the plane, and then you take off, and then you land at your destination.
That sounds awesome. I can't wait to experience Airtrav. And have you as the pilot that time para naman maskwela. And kung maimbita niyo
see me in action.
Mag-seaplane, why not? 2 women pilots on the plane. That would be the best. Okay. Thank you for sharing that. It's nice to see. It's always inspiring to see not just brands, companies of travel really still pushing things forward. I love it because it really gives everyone hope, not just in our industry and travel industry, but also to any enterprise, to any businesses out there, because nakakaiyak talaga. If you hear the news that I always hear every day in the tourism industry, one office shutting down after another. I just heard of this very big airline shutting down their ticketing office again and going back to their headquarters. All of these stories. So it's nice to see and hear brands like Airtrav, paving the way. And it makes sense. Kasi nga archipelago nga tayo, di ba? So too big.
Yes.
Too big.
Yeah.
It's nautical highway. That's why Roro is such a thing, because rather than just build, cementadong highways, it makes sense to use the nautical highway. But also, seaplanes, why didn't we think of that way back before na that's how we're connected, by water. Are there other seaplane companies out there, Jules? Would you know?
As of the moment here in the Philippines, the only one that's flying and ready to go is Airtrav. As of the moment.
Wow! So does that make you the only woman seaplane pilot in the Philippines?
As of now. Of course, I want to encourage everyone, if you find it in your heart that you wanted to pursue this career, yeah. But as of the moment, yes, I am the only Filipina seaplane pilot in the Philippines.
Oh my, I got goosebumps, ha? Claim it, Jules. Claim it. And
Yes.
but it's also beautiful. It's so beautiful that even if, here I am raving, kami ni Chezka pumapalakpak dito, you did say that hopefully you're not the only one. And you look forward to other women to come join in, which is such a beautiful thing. I think that's the thing with us women. We're not like, I'm the only one, I'm the one on top. We like to carry along other people from our tribe, other women, which is great. Wow. I just have to highlight that again. So we have, of course, Filipino Chezka pilot. You can find her everywhere online. You know her already. Really very inspiring story in all angles, not just an entrepreneur, not just as a pilot, but also as a mom and as a woman. And then you also have Jules here, who is, syempre medyo bandang late ko na nasabi at naisip, no? I just realized you are the only woman pilot, a seaplane pilot here in the Philippines. And I hope to see more and more people. Thank you, Airtrav, for paving the way also and doing this, So, having and calling you and saying, do you want to join in the fleet? That's amazing. Okay,
Yes.
Now, here's the thing. We have to wrap up in a bit. So I'm going to ask you guys something quite unusual. Well, it's not really unusual, but madali na to para sa inyo. Okay, I have a friend, a close life coach, and she would always tell me, sanay ka sa aeroplano, sanay ka sa travel. So ang analysis ng pandemic para sa'yo during COVID is wear your mask first, your oxygen mask. Di ba ganun sa aeroplano? Before isuot yung mask ng mga bata or ng katabi mo. So yun yung analogy niya na before you can, yes, help others, but before you can be of help to others, you also have to self-care, take care of yourself para mabigay mo yung sarili mo. So yun yung ginagamit kong analogy. In all my life, I always love using travel and aircraft and anything to do with airplane na mga analogy in life. So quietly right now, I'm gonna give you time. Think of your favorite analogy of relating flying, airplanes, aircrafts to your life. I've heard a lot, actually. Siyempre yung mga usual na yung aeroplane goes against the wind, di ba? Mm-hmm. So, pero nakaka-take off siya at nakakalipad. So, yun yung mga nagamit ng analogies or inspiration of certain people. But what would be yours, given that you are women pilots? You know how to fly the plane. You know the dynamics of it. How would you relate it to your life? O, di ba? Ang hirap. Okay. I'll start off with Chezka. But I think this is so beautiful because ang rami mo makukuha when you fly.
Ang hirap naman ng tanong mo, parang Miss Universe.
Miss Universe candidate number 1.
Dapat pinapractice mo muna kami na to.
I must say though, sige, while you're trying, kasi I'm sure hindi kayo nahihirapan dahil wala kayong maisip. Nahihirapan kayo kasi ang rami niyong alam.
Kasi.
You know the technicalities, exactly. You know all the technicalities of an airplane. So I also want to say, while you guys are going through your thoughts, na you guys are two beautiful women, and it's easy to mistake you guys as models right away and all. But it's nice that you have that pilot word next to your name. Okay, before we get to that question, sige, can you first invite them, Cheska? Where are the other platforms that they could see you?
Wait lang, may
I
naisip
know.
na ako eh.
Okay. Iwan natin sa dulo. Iwan natin sa dulo. Kasi
Okay,
yun yung
okay,
gusto
okay,
kong,
okay.
yun yung gusto kong maiwan na, it's really beautiful. When people think of travel, tourism, air flight, it's deeper than that. If only people know the history, how we're able to take off hundreds and hundreds of pounds. I don't know how much an aircraft weighs, and make it go to air. So I want to leave it later on with that. So first, can you invite them to your platforms? I know you're very busy. You have a lot of things going on, whether it's real estate, retail, diba? You've added so many things in your. That's beautiful, actually. You've added so many things in your repertoire aside from the amazing pilot. Can you share with them where they could reach you?
Sure. I am on all social media platforms, like anything that you can imagine. Filipina Pilot Chezka, lahat ng platforms ko. So, same name, ayan, just follow me on all my social media accounts. And yung mga business ko, nandun naman na din. So, may link na doon. So, nandun na lahat.
So they'll be able to see it. Okay, I'll check on with Jules first. Hang on there, hang in there, because I want to hear that. I want to hear that. Whatever that is that you'll be able to correlate with. Jules, how about for you? Why don't you invite them to check out Airtrav as well?
I'm inviting everyone to follow Airtrav on Instagram and also on Facebook. And you can see us, you can see our destinations there. You can also see us on YouTube. So you can see me, a glimpse of what I do when I fly, and also my captains and our destinations. I invite you to, of course, you can always contact our sales and marketing any time of the day, anytime that you want to inquire what destination is available and if it's doable or always Airtrav is always there to answer your call. So Airtrav, always keep at the back of your mind that there is an always safer way to travel around the Philippines, and that is through Airtrav.
Jules,
Yes.
one of our partners here is also Posh Nail. So I want to ask you a question, because people think, as a captain, you're just there on the cockpit airplane. But you mentioned nga bumababa ka, you have to check on things of the aircraft, and it's also physically demanding. How do you take care of yourself? How do you keep yourself still feeling posh? Because, as a captain, we're not wearing skirts, diba? As a pilot, the femininity doesn't come out through that way. It comes out through other ways. So how do you take care of yourself? How do you keep yourself posh?
A wise woman once told me that you always have to represent yourself, even though your job is physically demanding and it's parang panlalaki. You always have to be beautiful. You always have to be, you have to always be presentable. So I always just drink a lot of water. This is my best friend. This is my best friend talaga.
Then,
This is my best friend in flight, and everywhere I go, I always bring my water with me. And of course, I get enough sleep. Discipline when it's flight day tomorrow. Okay, it's time is up. I have to sleep because I have to wake up early tomorrow and I have to be fresh for that flight. And simple lang, always remember that less is more. So for me, when I go to flight, and by the way, our uniform is we're wearing shorts. So I still feel, preppy. We're wearing shorts because it's a seaplane. So I still feel hikay. And then when I go to work, I just have my hair tied in a bun, and then just powder and a lip tint to look fresh, even though throughout the day. That's it. Less is more.
I like what you said about still presenting yourself well. Naalala ko si Hidelin Diaz. She may be weightlifting, but she always makes sure to wear lipstick to represent the kind of her na hindi porket nagbubuhat na mabigat, hindi na feminine. I love that. So thank you for that. Okay, I'll jump back to Chezka for that wonderful analogy. Alin doon sa raming pwedeng piliin sa paglilipad with your life or with life in general? And then I'll go to
Siguro sa
Jules
akin,
after.
sige, sa akin siguro dalawa. Sa naialala ko lang ngayon kasi medyo parang kalat-kalat yung ano ko sa utak. But, kasi pagka piloto ka, actually pag nasa airline ka, importante sa amin yung CRM or yung crew resource management, which is yung pakikisama. Pakikisama sa lahat ng ano. So, in all aspects, kahit kaaway mo yan, kakampi mo yan, or whatever, you need to work as a team, especially if you are in a flight. So siguro sa akin, I can relate that sa buhay natin because pakikisama is super important. Siguro I am here because of pakikisama. And good attitude kasi sa asin talagang hindi ka magiging piloto, wala yatang nagtagal sa airline nang hindi mabait, nang hindi walang good attitude. So parang yun talaga yung number one all the time. So sa akin, pakikisama. Teamwork. Yan yung natutunan ko sa airline. Number two, may sinabi pa sa akin na pagka daw kasi pag first officer kami, 'di ba? Kunwari may emergency. Titingin kami sa kaliwa, which is yung kapitan namin. So parang sa utak ng first officer, meron pa akong tatanungan, which is the captain. Pagka merong problema. Ngayon, ang kapitan daw, sabi ng mga kapitan sa amin, pag tumingin na sila sa left, which is their reflection ng sarili nila, wala na silang matatanungan. So, they are taking charge of the whole plane. Meaning, I want to relate that in our life. Na parang, ganun tayo Pagtingin natin sa kaliwa, wala na rin tayong maaanuhin. We may have a family, we may have a co-pilot, we may have everybody, but you take charge of your life. When you look to the left, it's just you. At the end of the day, you need to take care of yourself. And siguro parang it will take a while for you to think about that sometimes kasi inuuna talaga natin yung yung ibang tao. But then, the end of the day, you need to take charge of your life and isipin mo na lang na walang tutulong sa'yo kung hindi sarili mo. They may be there, may mga tao sigurong iba, pero at the end of the day, ikaw pa din. So, yun, siguro yun na natutunan ko dun sa kapitan na parang kwento sa akin yun. No? When you look to the left, there's nobody there but yourself.
Chezka, that's so powerful. That's so powerful. And I na-imagine ko siya kaagad sa loob ng cockpit. O nga, pagtingin mo yung glass na lang and reflection mo. And sa'yo lahat nakasalalay yung buhay ng tao, di ba?
Yes.
So that was actually very powerful. I think that's one of the many things I will carry from you. Maaalala ko rin.
Nag-goosebumps ako.
No, talaga. Dun sa set, especially yung number 2 mo, I was like, that's true. That's true. The amount of pressure that you may or may not know as a pilot is that once you enter that plane, you're practically the president of your own country. Call mo na, shot mo na, responsibilidad mo na lahat. Everything is really all on you, diba? So as a passenger, we put our lives, complete trust. Upo kami, sa'yo na to, Chezka, sa'yo na to, Jules, it's all yours na. So I love that. I love that whole reflection thing. I will remember that. Thank you. Jules,
thank you.
How about for you, Jules? What would it be for you?
Well,
that
for
you could correlate
since we're pilots, like what I said earlier, we study all the data we have at hand before we say yes, before we know that a flight is a go or no go. So for me, if I correlate that to life, if you're faced in a circumstance or in a situation that it's a life altering or it's really something big decision, don't be impulsive. You have to see all the possible scenarios. You have to see all the possible scenarios that could happen in your flight or in your life. And always remember that when in doubt, kasi babae tayo we have instincts. When in doubt, don't. Because it's better to wish that you're flying than to wish that you're already flying and I wish sana nasa land na lang ako. You know what I mean? So parang it's you have to study, you have to really ponder upon it, you think about it, pray for it before you make a very big decision about that could affect your life.
Have you ever had any difficult flight, Jules? Out of curiosity, like the bad weather talaga, I'm just curious, talagang at a snap of a second, you have to make a decision right then and there.
Yes, meron ng mga ganyang moment na parang, especially recently lang when we were flying nung habagat, kasagsagan ng habagat, right there na parang, oh sige, we'll take the flight because it looks doable here. And then we were already en route. And then, oh my God, it's turning black. I think in our weather radar, it's turning red. Okay, decision, we have to go back. And of course, that's a mutual decision of me and my captain. Okay, Jules, what do you think? Okay, Cap, let's go back. It's safer for us because like what I said a while ago, safety is our number one priority as pilots. Safety is our number one priority.
Actually, that is a perfect message for everyone during this pandemic. Safety first. Of course, there are risks everywhere. Hindi mo matatanggal yan. I really believe that it's part of life risks. But yeah, safety, but don't forget to live. Yun yung message ko naman. Don't forget to live pa rin. Nung kunento mo yan, I remembered my dad, telling me the story. Ang rami niyang story na malap. Kasi syempre, iba yung flying 20, 30 years ago from flying now. Diba? All the instruments, ano ba yun? Instrument flying. Sila talaga titingin, yon. Sila titingin-tingin lang, alaman nila yung terrain. Oh, yan yung bundok ni ganto, ni ganyan. And I remember he was flying Cory Aquino for the campaign, and one of the engine really busted. True story. But you're carrying the Cory Aquino. Do you make her scared? So he did it calmly. We have lost one engine, but we will be flying and on. Syempre, I'm sure kung ikaw si Cory Aquino, nangangatog ka na. But sabi niya, you keep a calm voice, and thankfully they were able to land. And that's why I love pilot stories. I really, really love it. I love sitting down, hearing their stories. As simple as yung natamaan ng ibon yung kanilang mga engines. All of those, I love it. So thank you so much, Jules, Chezka. I really, really hope that, one day we could all be in a plane. I know there's only 2 seats. You guys will be the pilot, and mangungulit lang ako there. Okay? Matagal ko ng dream na lumipad. I still have yet to do it. So thank you for paving the way for women. And thank you for your inspiring stories. Thank you for sharing it and being gracious. I know you guys, this is precious time. Time is the best, the best resource, and you shared it with all of us today. So thank you to everyone who listened. And yeah, this will be in SoChal podcast. You can check it out on Spotify. You can listen to it over and over and over again if you need that inspiration, that push to follow your dream and to take on the challenges that goes through. So once again, thank you. That's Jules Bilongilot and Pilot Chezka. Talagang yun na yung pangalan mo forever. Filipino Pilot. Okay, thank you so much. And of course, to Airtrav, thank you for joining us today and flying with us, everyone. Hope you guys all enjoyed. Maraming salamat.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Touchdown. On behalf of the SoChal crew, we'd like to thank you for flying with us on today's episode. SoChal takes flight with Geron Travel. Experience life through travel. Visit @Geron Travel on Instagram and on Facebook. Book it to make your travel happen on www.gerontravel.com. Want to be a travel buddy affiliate? Whether you're a stay-at-home mom or a woman with a budding career, at whatever age or with whatever experience, here's something for you. Work from home, be your own boss, manage your own time, and earn extra by sharing and selling amazing travel products and services. Just send us a message at info@gerontravel.com. Pretty nails are healthy nails, and nail care is self-care. Have a posh experience that feels good from your tips to your toes with signature treatments and products. Visit and shop at poshnails.com.ph and follow Posh Nails on IG. Airtrav. The islands of the Philippines are closer than you think. Let's fly and experience premium and safe travel service with Airtrav. Visit airtrav.ph on their website and on Instagram. Mafe Management, a company dedicated to empowering individuals and working together in making dreams come true in both the entertainment and public relations industry.